Good morning, church. Today we're going to be in John chapter 6, hearing about the feeding of the 5,000. This is a pretty special event. When we look at the similar content between the Gospel of John and the other three, the synoptic Gospels, they don't have that much material in common. And it's fascinating that this encounter, the feeding of the 5,000, is one that makes it into all four of the Gospels. And so this tells us this is a very special and was a very powerful event in the ministry of Jesus. This is listed as the fourth sign that Jesus did, pointing the way to who he is. And this reminds us that he is able to fulfill that petition that he teaches the disciples to pray, that give us today our daily bread, that he can take whatever meagerness we bring and that he can multiply it, pointing to his nature as God our provider, that he is able and willing and desirous to take our barley loaves and feed the multitudes, and that he's not bound by whatever it is that we offer. If he could only do something with whatever we have, it wouldn't get very far. But he's willing to take what we bring, our offering, and he's willing to multiply that and do unfathomable things. Remember, Paul says he can do more than we could even ask or imagine. How could the disciples ever have imagined that they would take a young boy's lunch and feed all these people? It was beyond what they could even dream. And so we think to ourselves, when I'm pursuing God and thinking about his agenda and what I can do with my life, the phrase you have to say is, dream bigger, think bigger. Don't ever say, God, how could you accomplish that through me? And that's exactly what Philip asks. Where will we buy bread for all these people to eat? Or that's what Jesus asked Philip, And Philip says, what could we do? 200 days' wages couldn't feed all these people. But this was a test to see. And I think God might apply that same test into our lives to say, well, what are you going to do? And our response needs to be, Lord, what I'm going to do is rely on you. Here's my offering, my open hands, my willing life. Use it unto your glory. And then when the leftovers are collected, there'll be way more than we even began with. So trust God. Let him use you. Don't stick to what you have to offer. It will run out. It'll be barely enough for you. But when we put it in the hands of our God, our offering can go so far, farther than we could even ask or imagine. So trust God and get ready for a miracle. Love you, church. We'll talk to you soon.